Hi, everyone. In April of 2021, I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of breast cancer. It's called HER2 positive, and it was 7 centimeters in size. So my doctors wanted me to go ahead, and I did 6 months of chemotherapy. I did a month of radiation. I did the surgery first. I ended up going ahead and doing both sides. It was in my left side. After the surgery, then they did radiation. It was a month. It was Monday through Friday. It was an hour. So it was hard. And after that, we went ahead and did more chemo. We wanted to ensure, we got it all. So, so that was that. And then a year later, I did another PET scan, and it turned out that it had come back, and it had come back full blown. It had come back to my liver, my kidneys. It had come down to my abdominal area. Not only my left side, it went into my right side. Not only the lymph node that it was already in that they took out, it came the lymph nodes, and it came into my breastbone. So it had exploded everywhere. And so I have 2 beautiful children to live for. My little boy is now 7 years old, and my little girl is a Spitfire, and she's 4 years old. And I said, I am going to be here for them. And of course, for myself to enjoy all of that too, with my husband. And so I said, there's got to be more. So I ended up finding Dr. Joe on my YouTube feed. And I'd also already dabbled years ago when you and your Tres Caballeros were all in this type of information back then. And so I was already sort of into that a long time ago, and I was like, all right, so I'm going to do this. So I bought his book. I found his website, found he had week-long events, and I signed up. And then I went to the first one in Cancun of last year. And then after that, I bought the rest of his books and continued to do the meditations.
I hope your husband likes me.
Oh, he loves you. He loves you. He's Italian, by the way.
Oh, good.
And he loves you. and so I went also to the December week-long event, and I was blessed to be a healee at both events. I did not have any experience outrageous that a lot of people have that I wished, I could have had, but it was okay. I didn't have it. I just was at peace, worked on being worthy, and I forgot to back up a little bit. During all the work, I had a transformation. I realized that I was holding on to a lot of anger and resentment for 20 plus years. And I came to that realization, and I worked on it, and I forgave them. And when I forgave them, I felt a ton of bricks lift from me. And this was during the work that I was doing of all the reading of the books and the meditations. And then, so I went to both week-long events, went to both healings. On the last day of the December healing, my last day of the healing, again, I fell asleep. I got out of the way. I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything. But when it was done, I got up to hug my healers. And the first healer I hugged threw me into nothingness. I went, shh. And I don't know where I went. I was, shh. And I was like gone somewhere, nowhere. And then my first person healer then was letting me go to continue to hug the rest of them. And I felt like a mermaid on land trying to catch my footing because I wasn't used to being back. And And I felt light and free and healed. And so I got my next PET scan at the beginning of this year, and it showed 0 signs of cancer in my entire body. There's more. Thank you. There's more. So my doctor doesn't know what I'm doing. And so he said, let's take a break with the chemotherapy right now for 3 months, and I'll give you another PET scan. And my husband called, talked to me at lunch, told me the results came in for that. Not that we need that, but again, 0 sign of cancer in my entire body. And I just feel joyous and light and grateful to Dr. Joe and his entire team and everyone out there, all of the healers, everyone that is part of this. And I'm just so grateful and thank you. And I'm going to continue doing this, coming to events, and living my best life ever.
I love these stories of the 4-minute mile. It gives people hope. It gives them the belief and possibility. We become conscious of a new possibility that we were once unconscious to. And when that occurs, there's a change in energy. You can't have one without the other because we see a possibility that we weren't seeing before. That's a change in consciousness. It's in the collective now. It's a footprint that someone can step into. It's not only theoretical, there's physical evidence before us. That is the example of truth right there. And I love that it came in a way that she least expected. Thinking that, oh my God, I haven't had a big moment. Do you know how many people in this work heal without a big moment? This guy I met on a wine tour, his wife dragged him on the wine tour. He had 2 hearing aids. He just came for the ride, drink wine. He came to the event in Mexico. He got in that circle. He didn't feel anything. He got up to leave, and all of a sudden he was walking out. He had his hearing aids in his pocket. He could hear everything. We didn't have a big moment. It just happened. You understand? Why would we want to limit the way it will happen? Same thing with the healers healing people, and they get healed. Who would have figured? Who would have figured she got up and the first person whose energy was still up? It was the moment she surrendered and got hugged that she let go. Why not? Taken to that, she can't even describe that place. It's a good shot, right? And then she comes back and she's altered. That's a big moment. Don't you think your body's getting that information? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That void, that vacuum, the absolute in the presence of that? It's got to be reflected in our biology. There's got to be information from our interaction with it.